PM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. What up? Little lunch break. Lunch break live stream. I got my smoothie. Worked out today. Trying to get it right. What's dope about the human experience, even though it's way shorter than it should be, is that you can change your body, you can change your mind, you can change your life at any given time. You can make those attempts. Even if you fail at your attempts, until you know that the attempt that you're making is going to be a failure, until you know that it's failing, you are firmly standing in your right and responsibilities and duties to better yourself however you can, especially when you know there's something about yourself is staring you right in the face and you don't like it. Go do something about it, period. There's no other way to respond to life but to be like, well, maybe I should do something about it. I want to be stronger than I am. I want a slightly better body. I'll admit, I'm trying to get sexy, all right? So if I want to be that, then I got to do the things that'll give me that. That means smoothies. This should be the only sugar that I really have today is whatever's in this damn cranberry truffle smoothie. No more Snickers, Skittles, fuck all that shit. Tastes good, but it's bad for you. The fast food needs to slow down. I need to monitor my protein intake because it needs to be higher to help with the building of the muscles. I got to burn more calories than I take in. All of that type of shit. The intermittent fasting, all of this stuff will help you lose weight, trim down, build muscle, all that. If you don't like the way you look, then you should do something about it instead of failing to do that and then taking out these microaggressions and subconscious aggressions out on other people for your bullshit. It's never going to be respected by real men and women in the world. Then we sit back and watch people who aren't happy with themselves throw fucking tantrums and shit, man. Fuck all that shit, man. There's not a single one of you out there that can find a discrepancy in yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, or anything at all that you cannot work on changing today. Do something different that moves you in the other direction. Today. Do it today. Stop taking shit out on people. Yeah, man, been working out, trying to get fit. I'm 43 years old. I bet you I get a six-pack again. I bet you. When I was 20, 21, 22, 23, I always been like a relatively slim dude. Never even been remotely close to anything that anybody can call chubby. Never. Not at all. My issue was I was way too skinny, way too regular. My height is average, my weight is average, all of that shit. Super duper average dude. I've never smoked, never fucking drank a day in my fucking life. Not once. I've never been drunk. Never had a drink of alcohol. You understand? And that's fine for people that do. I ain't judging you by that. I just think that it's something that I don't want. But if you want it, I think you have all fucking right to indulge in shit. I don't gotta fucking like what you like for me to leave you in peace to indulge in that shit. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't care. As a matter of fact, if you like drinking, I think that you should do that shit and not let anything stop you except for your observation on how much of a negative impact it's making on your lives and others. If that becomes an issue, then maybe you should address it and I might help you find some encouragement in doing that. But if you can drink responsibly, you ain't hurting yourself really or nobody else. I wouldn't give a fuck if it's damaging to your health. You know that it is. What the fuck I'm gonna do? Tell you some shit you already know? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Do what makes you happy. They're not gonna remember that you were ever here in 200 years anyway. Why does it matter? Don't even matter. It doesn't even matter so much. We act like certain things matter and we put all of this fucking human emotional fucking care. And I'm not saying that life is meaningless or no shit like that, because I don't think that that's the truth. I think that we are reporters here to report back to the Akashic Records about what the fuck it is going on here, because we are a part of something eternal and there's nothing better for us to do. There is nothing else better for us to do but to be here doing this. I do believe in the multiple lives. I haven't seen anything directly that I can positively attribute to, you know, people having past lives and that you're going to live on to go live another one after this one. But I will admit my feelings are in that direction, and I think the more and more that I search for logical and scientific proof of this, I tend to find a little bit more hope in the idea that that's exactly what's going on. What's strange is that my 7-year-old son, he was 2, 3, 4 years old when he really started learning how to talk and articulate himself and express himself. He used to, for years, for 2, 3 years or more, he would tell this story that he was eaten by a shark before and I was there. And I was like, what are you talking about? You talking about a dream or something? He was like, no, I wasn't sleeping. He said that he was a big boy and he was swimming in the ocean and a shark ate him. And he would tell this story randomly for years. He wouldn't stop saying it. And I would ask him different details and questions, and sometimes he would have, some enthusiasm about telling the story. And other times he would tell the story with like some sadness. It's weird. Like he had this fluctuating like emotion about telling this story. And what's so strange is that my 3.5-year-old son is now saying the same thing. He said that he was eaten by a shark and it killed him. And that I was there. That's weird as fuck. So it's like, is this like one spiritual entity or consciousness or a bit or a fragment of the consciousness like trying to tell me something? Or was there multiple people dying in a shark attack and maybe they were brothers and I was there, and now my kids have reunited, promising to come back again to be brothers to each other when they both may have died in a shark attack. That, I'm just throwing that out there. Don't quote me like I believe that that's what happened. What I'm saying is reality is already weird to even be here in the first place. How weird that gets is not up to me, and fucking the sky is far from the limit. My imagination is not going to outdo what reality can actually produce in real fucking reality. So the idea of the multiverse, that sounds feasible to me. Why would it not be? It's already here once. If eternity is a thing, then it already is a thing, and we're in it, and it's everywhere. That would also have to include this idea that the quantum field is light energy, and things pop in and out of existence with this pulsating, rotating, vibrating fucking thing that matter tends to do, and that when it's not here, in and out of existence, that is going somewhere else, possibly so quickly that it is playing and punching out and painting a picture of a reality in another space that we can't see. This is where they get like the multiverse idea from. It kind of lends itself to that multiverse idea. I think that shit is dope and it's fascinating. And what fascinates me the most about it is not the scientific explanations of these things, because some of that stuff, though it does not go over my head, it is out of my field because I'm not a scientist like that. All I can do is listen to these guys, try to piece the things together and relate it to something that I can find some kind of a trust in. Then I can build upon that the possibility that all of the other information, as long as it all stay in tune, could potentially be true, and then you form these ideas and all sort of shit. It even leads into your spirituality. I get all of that. But what's really fascinating to me is that logically, outside of the scientific information, I can't see anything else being possible but that the multiverse thing is real, that eternity is already everywhere and we're in it, and if we are in it, then it's probably way more sprawling than what my human mind or imagination can even conceive of on a day-to-day basis. I have to stop myself in my regular life to ponder the multiverse theory, because it's hard for me to walk throughout my life and constantly keep it in mind at all times. Can't do it. It always escapes me. It's just like being hungry and then forgetting that you were hungry an hour ago and did nothing about it, and now you realize once again that you're hungry. It's like that. Or having to go to the bathroom and then you hold it long enough that you don't have the sensation anymore, and then when it comes back it's stronger, and you realize that this has been an ongoing battle with you and need to go to the bathroom for a little bit of time now, and you haven't gone. That's kind of what it does. It comes back to bug me more so than it did the previous time, reminding me that there's something to be addressed. And I like that, because logically I can't talk my way out of it, and it pulls me further inside the idea that something like the multiverse is a real fucking thing. What else would it be? What else could it be doing? What would hold something like the creative consciousness that we know that we're in? What would hold it to being this and nothing more? It would almost seem like there would be some force or a barrier to do that. I think it just makes more sense without the scientific understanding and explanation. I'm talking about making sense of it. It makes more sense that when it's here, boom, it's off, it's gone, can't stop it, can't contain it, it's everywhere. You cannot find the edge of this shit. You can't find the edge of it. It just makes sense. And I'm not talking about the physical reality. I'm talking about the great consciousness that is projecting all of this. And you are special because here you are as a reporter in the midst of this consciousness to do your studies and your report, to report back to the Akashic Records about what it is that you found, discovered, and experienced here. You're part of the consciousness for even being here. And because of that, another fucking reason for me to respect your fucking life, leave you the fuck alone, allow you to ponder your existence in freedom, definitely free from any forced violence or coercion from me. I couldn't play that role in nobody's fucking life because I'm already focused on a bigger picture. Why would I be a reason why somebody says I can't focus on pondering my existence because Trey has thrown me into a prison for a fucking crime that him and his political buddies have gotten together, congregated, written on this magical fucking paper, and then said so let it be. This will be grounds for us to initiate force of violence on people, throw them inside of a cage and kill them if they want to resist. I never did that to people the police do. That's why I rally against government so much. It's not just because I think that they're full of shit, but I do believe what it is that they do when they interfere with people's lives is directly and very specifically, wholeheartedly derailing your soul's journey. You're not fucking with your freedom. That ain't enough. Freedom is a word inside of the fucking English language, which is fragile. It wasn't always here, and maybe one day nobody will ever speak it. Who knows? It's a fragile thing. I'm talking about the tangible shit that you can't break. And that tangible shit that you can't break is the idea that as soon as you fall into the recognition of the words of a great philosopher, I think it was Rene Descartes. He said, I think, therefore I am. Wasn't that him? Rene Descartes said that, right? I think, therefore I am. As soon as you can ponder your existence, you're in the game. That's your ticket, and you deserve to be fucking left alone so that you can answer the question. It's best to ponder that shit in freedom, even if you never find an answer to it. It doesn't matter. I should be free from molestation, imprisonment, false imprisonment. I never even created a victim. I don't deserve no jail about nothing from nobody. Any law against me that's out there that exists on the magical paper that says there's something that I have done, void of even ever creating a victim, would lend me and my spiritual energy into the hands of law enforcement or the law society as a whole, you're wrong. And I might shoot at you for that. I don't have to give a fuck about none of that because we talk about something way bigger than this game that y'all chose to play once we found ourselves inside the bigger game, the game that takes no writing to be legit, the one that needs no explanation at all because you're in it. That's the explanation. You're here. You can fill in the blank after that, but you're already here. You're alive. Boom. That's the game. The other shit that y'all say after that is an attempt to distract me to agree to play your shit when I don't want to fucking play it. How's that? I don't want to play. Leave me alone. As if you guys had never written anything down on no magical paper to even attempt to control us. Consider me that natural. Go there with it. What would I be doing if y'all never wrote that shit? Whatever the fuck I wanted to. What would I be doing if you never wrote that, but I created a victim? I would fall fucking victim to the fucking victim. They will victimize my ass, probably. Or find somebody that would do it on behalf of them. Especially if everybody involved on the other side of a conflict knows that I was the one to initiate something. There's a natural response to that to kind of curb any further fucking initiation of violence from me. It only makes sense that somebody would get involved and go, man, stop that shit. Right? Okay then. Anytime the police get involved in something, it has to be something that you would also give me free range to get involved with, or else the cops must be wrong. If I'm wrong to get involved in somebody's life in that way, so is the cop. And wearing that shit and putting the fucking badge on is not a ticket in to ignore morality that's already here before they got together and say, well, now that we can write and we can communicate with each other well and congregate and form different groups and shit and then try to convince other men. Before they did all that, nature had already given us everything that we needed. The physical body, the wherewithal to question your own existence and then ponder what it is that means or what it is that you should be or could be doing with it, right? All of that was there first. When they start writing all this other shit, they fucked it up. And I don't have to like it because people have this bullshit dependency on that system because it makes them feel safer. The fuck you even need safety for? You need security, not safety. Life is not going to be safe. Secure yourself in the realization that that's the way the world works, and then arm yourself if you realize that the world is fucking dangerous and it doesn't even take a conspiracy theory to understand that. How is it that you know that and you don't choose to get a gun to defend your life against whatever that could possibly be? It's, oh, I ain't got no beef with nobody, or what the fuck would I have to worry about somebody like that for? If you got to worry like that, then maybe you live in the wrong place or you're doing the wrong stuff. Man, fuck all that shit. Anybody that ever been murdered did not wake up that day expecting to be murdered. That kind of thing happens to you most of the time as a surprise to your fucking life. So surprise the surprise by having a gun that if anything ever surprised you, go, God damn, I'm glad I got this. Look at that. Surprise, motherfucker, and then you do they ass. If they was trying to do you, you do them. Fair as fuck. The gun gets the fucking job done about all that shit. All of the control they want, they need the gun. You want the freedom, you need the gun. There's no way around that. People that go, oh man, guns, man, okay, then live that, bro. Live that if that's who you are. That shit don't even bug me no more, bro. I'm only talking to the people that understand the gun shit and they are capable and willing to bust that shit for the right fucking reasons. No one else, I'm not even fucking talking to y'all. Fuck it, man. Y'all tweaking. Shouldn't have to convince a grown-ass man that a fucking gun could be a beneficial fucking asset in his life if he claims to love himself, wants to be a fucking peacemaker in his life, and you got kids, bro. Any man with a kid should have guns. Because it's way too easy for me to imagine, and then for you to actually maybe even come into contact with somebody who would like to hurt you and or your kids over some dumb shit, and you ain't even did nothing to nobody. We know the world might do that to you. Violence don't only come to the people that deserve it. Undeserving people get all of the violence too. I don't know how y'all know that and then won't do nothing. I don't know why the fuck I gotta keep preaching the shit about the fucking gun. I don't know why the fuck I can't get 1 million views on a video and then there's 1 million fucking gun sales the same day. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but okay, whatever's wrong with y'all ain't wrong with me, motherfucker. You bet that shit. You bet that. Ain't nothing wrong with me, motherfucker. Only thing I find wrong with me is that I don't have enough guns and enough training. I can think of 6, 7, 8 more fucking guns I can add to my collection before I feel like maybe I don't need no more. I got more guns than windows in my fucking house. Please believe that. I don't go to the range as much as I would like to, but I'm a natural with a whole lot of shit, and I'm not saying rely on natural fucking talent and shit like that and think that that's good enough for gun shit. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, if you want to play me for being pussy, or you think that I'm weak or that I don't mean none of this shit, you can just hop out where I'm at and start shooting, and we'll see what happens. Shout out to RPM Javier Gabos. Cuz says it famously. I love it when Cuz say this shit. This is one of the things that Cuz constantly fucking repeats, and it sounds like music to my ears when he says it because it's the absolute truth. Cuz don't give a fuck about no hater. If you're not willing to get out and shoot shit and bring that kind of energy to the shit, if you got a problem with us, then we don't. Cuz don't give a fuck about you. I'm the kind of person that when I see that you're wrong, I'm so thirsty to prove people wrong, especially when they're dangerously wrong, especially when they're antagonizing. I'd be like, man, I ain't never been no bully to nobody, but I will bully a bully. I will do that. I think that shit is fun and they deserve it. When people deserve the shit, I like to be the one that give them that shit. Cuz don't give a fuck about all that arguing and all that bullshit. Cuz will dare you in a minute. If you're not gonna hop out and shoot, shut the fuck up. Go there. Or else you don't mean it. That's where he's standing. He don't believe nothing that no haters say about nothing unless they're willing to actually, for real, go do that shit. Otherwise, you selling wolf tickets and talking shit, you know you don't mean it. Who wants to die challenging a motherfucking stranger anyway? That sounds weird to me. That's another reason why I had the courage to get out here to do what I'm doing when I do the open carry demonstrations. Because I ain't got no personal beef with nobody. Anybody who shows up is going to is going to miss in the police report when they have to mop you up off the corner that me and you had no real social affiliation whatsoever, that I didn't know you and that you didn't know me. That will be the story behind anybody trying to approach me or Cuz on some aggression, because we don't know none of you motherfuckers like that to have a personal beef where we would be deserving of you acting like that. And that's obvious. It's just way too easy, because if it's not obvious or there is a fucking story, tell the story. Ain't no story. So when I get out here, I'm going, what the fuck gonna happen? It take personal fucking beef, I thought, to address somebody with aggression, that they would challenge us about our lives when this is how we coming. Oh, that's gonna have to be a personal beef. Somebody have to have a serious broken heart. I would have had to seriously wrong somebody in order for somebody to show up and do that. And I've done nothing to nobody. So this is a cakewalk. Who would ever fucking show up? And then haters start making all these threats, and I go, oh, there is one exception: when people are psychos. That might be the case. Psychos get shot at. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Motherfuckers making idle threats all over the internet, now realizing that these idle threats have been taken and placed in a safe place, so that if ever I had to gun you down, I can say, this is why, look at how you was talking. That's easy. You helping me build a case that I won't even be charged, because you can't talk like this and make these kind of threats, ever have an actual confrontation between us, and then pretend to be the good guy. You're not going to be able to tell no story from the grave, because that's where you're going. And it's going to be obvious to clear my own name in a fucking court of law, if it ever even had to go there in the first place, that you made all these motherfucking threats to me. And with this great distance between us, you cannot also put yourself where I am. Now we got a case here. Now we got a case here, because you can't do those two things. You can't like talk that tough talk like you was talking, and then put yourself where I am. That's bad news for you. You ain't even built like that. You don't even get down like that, bro. You never have. Who are you? I'm pretty sure you never have. If you was that tough, you wouldn't be that broke. There's work for tough guys if you that tough. All that shit you was talking, if you that tough, there's work for you out here. Go get a job. Go get a gig with all that tough energy. Why you not UFC fighting? You that bad? You a bad motherfucker, right? Why you not fighting UFC? Why you not enlisted in the military? You that tough? Why you not out here doing what I'm doing? You that tough? You ain't even tough about nothing legit. I ain't never heard you talk tough like that to protect no kids or fight no revolution yourself. But you talk that tough talking to me, all out of pocket, randomly. Nobody would agree with you that I deserve that type of energy from you. You don't even got a story to even tell nobody that people go, oh, Trey, that's what you did to this man? Now I can see why he acting like that. No one's going to understand how you got to the point that you are right now. Nobody's going to understand where you're coming from. And that's strange to me. So let's have that convo. People are weird. But what I do know is they want people to shut the fuck up, and then they want to reach for the guns, because they know that if you say the right shit, you might awaken the right people. And if those right people have firearms, we don't need the F-16 fighter jet and all that. We don't need none of that shit. You can shake some shit up with some rifles, for real. And they know that. That's why they won't leave the topic alone. Figure your fucking life out. I don't deserve no bullshit or pain or aggression from nobody. I got people in my personal life who might not be okay with me about some real personal shit. Ask them if they think that I should be shot and killed, and so should my kids. But that's what this dude said to me. I'm gonna make a video of the video that he made about my video, so y'all can hear what this dude said. Y'all gonna freak out. Y'all gonna be like, he said that? Some of y'all are going to instantly go, call the police, bro. Get the police involved. It's that crazy that if I said what he said to a police officer, I'd be in jail right now. If I word for word repeated what he said to me, and then I said it to a police officer, I go to jail right then and there. And not just for a little bit either. It's not going to be, we're going to book you, give you a court that they were like, we're not letting you get out of here. This is a psychotic problem. And psychotic or not, the words that you're saying, we don't even want to give you an opportunity to act on it. We don't care how far-fetched it is. If you say that, we're just going to take you serious. And that's how I take all of these threats. I've always been like that. If you talk tough to me, at me, like you're going to do something to me, I'm not going to really lean on the possibility of you just selling wolf tickets and not really meaning it. I'm just going to assume that maybe I should believe you, just to err on the side of caution. Maybe I believe you. So if you talk like you big and bad to me, I believe you, bro. I believe you. Yeah. The motherfucker called me a nigger, hard ER. He didn't say the word, but he conveyed it in a way that he know that I would understand, and that is what he meant to call me, a nigger, right? And then he very detailed over and over again, screaming, yelling, pointing to the fucking camera and going off while he was doing what? threatening my children. You know what gave him the idea to do that? Because he could hear my son in the background of a video that he used to talk shit about me, and my son was talking to me in the background, and then he started threatening my kids. So this guy has threatened kids, so he can't possibly care about mass shootings that involve child victims. He don't care about that. Anybody around this motherfucker, do not allow him to go, man, that's fucked up, or to express any kind of concern or care or sadness about public shootings, even if they involve children, because he actually called for that action upon my kids. Is that crazy? So don't respect him for that. I don't know how anybody in the world would ever respect him after saying that. That's what he actually said to me. Called me the N-word and all type of shit, bro. It's weird. It's strange to me, man, that he will continue on to virtue signal like he's the better person. He ain't did nothing wrong. He's being attacked, and he's only doing what people who are being attacked will do because he's being attacked and he don't deserve it. That's what he'll say to you. He's got no story about how I violated him personally and that I deserve what it is that he's saying to me or my kids. But he's transferring childhood trauma. He transferred it to one YouTuber that didn't deserve all that bullshit. Then when he seen that I was cool with this YouTuber, he transferred it to me, unwarranted. I never did nothing to him. I literally never did anything to affect this guy's life in a negative way. Never took no money from him. Never seen him with my own eyes right in front of me. I don't have his phone number. I've never been in the same I've never been within literally, no joke. Probably I've been to California one time. And at that point, I might have been the closest to where this guy was. And that's if he lived there 10 years ago when I was in California. That was 10 years ago. And it would take all of that for me to say I might have been within 1,000 miles of this dude. Maybe. And that's the closest. Have no history with him. I would not recognize him if I seen him on the street. It would take a lot for me to focus. To be like, that's him. And that's if I seen him in person. I would have to focus. And make that judgment call that maybe that was him that I was looking right at in public. It's that crazy. Threatening the lives of my children and then moves on the internet like he's okay. Like he's the hero, he's the good guy. I'm the asshole, no one should like me. After doing that, you have to be a psycho to do that. He's definitely giving me public shooter vibes. Mall shooter, school shooter, yeah. Because he's willing to pass down his trauma, to be aggressive, to be violent, and to even include strange kids that never did anything to him. And he'll be accepting of the outcome. That's weird to me. My son fell and scuffed his fucking knee in the driveway running around yesterday. The pain and the tears and the way he cried just from doing that broke my heart. Because I'm just like, because you could tell that the cry was from the pain and that he felt sorry for himself and that he just felt broken. He just felt like weakened, taken off of his comfort level. And it's just sad to hear kids cry like that. And this is my son, so it's touching me deep in my heart to have to hear my son cry like this. To imagine him actually having to live through the shit that this guy was fucking threatening me of makes my blood boil. It makes me want to take a trip to where he lives and then just throw my fucking life away to teach him that he shouldn't talk like that. But I know I wouldn't do that. That's obvious that I wouldn't do that. I've had bigger beefs and greater opportunities to lose myself in anger to punish someone who was antagonizing me that I never actually did that to. There was proof to me and this guy, mostly me, that if I can control myself and focus on the goal in life, to be happy, to be free, to maintain positive contact with my children, to be the father that they need to be in a world like this, that's the number one goal. So anything that can make that a more possible outcome at the end of my life, I can say that that's what happened and I did that. I can't throw my life away by being emotional and being angry at a guy who's beneath me. And I had to face this challenge years ago with some real beef that I had in my real fucking life. And I would not shoot that dude. I had the gun in my hand and I wouldn't shoot him. I was like, I can't do that, bro. I'm going to guarantee that I'm never going to be here for my son if I do that. And I know that in the midst of all the anger, I ran and put the gun down. I went from having the gun in my hand to escaping the situation, putting the gun down, and then coming back. Because I was like, I got to get that gun out of this situation. I'm going to hate myself for the choice that I make later if I don't get that gun out of here now. I put my gun down 3 times in my life to fight a man with my hands. I know who the fuck I am. That's why you got to know. If I got to give it to somebody for real, who the fuck, what would you have to do to make me do that? You had to be fucking psychos, and psychos get shot at. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang, get a fucking gun and stop fucking playing. A motherfucker want to threaten kids. out him for doing that, and then blacklist him from every fucking thing. He shouldn't get an ounce of respect from nobody else ever, even his fucking followers. This motherfucker got 30-some likes on a video where he was threatening my kids, and that's crazy. He never even explained to his audience why. What would be behind all of this energy to be threatening a stranger and his children? It's weird to me, man. It's a mental illness, bro. There's no other way around that. No decent man would do that. No man with kids would do that. But this motherfucker don't get no pussy. He ain't got no kids, ain't got no money, ain't got no life. So when he see me with a life, with some courage and confidence, with some kids, with a woman, multiple bitches chasing me, actually, to be real with you, I gotta fucking tell girls, will you leave me the fuck alone to get the women to leave me alone, bro? And I'm not that fucking handsome. I'm 43 years old. I can't get the women to leave me alone. That's what's up. He don't like that. Broken. Man is broken inside. Not my fault, not my problem. Fix yourself. I've been working out. I'm going to fix myself. Whatever I don't like about myself, I'll just work on it. Or accept it that that's the way it is, but I'm not going to take it out on people. Pussies do that.